Hey, baby. See, she knows I'm making catnip. She wants it now. I gotta grow it. I'm trying to make a video to grow you some catnip. So I told you I was not playing about getting the shelf behind me. I got it all set up today. I've been so productive. So I want to start some seeds. I cannot wait for spring. So what I thought we would plant today is I have some basil. I have some catnip for my little cats, and I have English lavender. So the English lavender, it says to start indoors 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost, and Sunday was 10 weeks here, so we are right on schedule for this. Super excited. I actually went up to the store and picked that up today. Basil you can grow indoor, so even in like the winter and stuff, you can grow that indoor. And the catnip is just because my cats love it. Okay, so I take the catnip and I will cut off the leaves and I'll put it in the dehydrator. They go absolutely wild for it, so I wanted to have a little treat for them. So in here I have the soil that I made in the last video. If you don't know how to make your own soil, just go check out that video. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start out by wetting our soil. I like to do this before I get seeds in here, just so it's already moist. Otherwise the seeds can kind of get lost when you're pouring the water in there. So we're just gonna get all of this nice and wet. And sorry for the noise in the background, my dishwasher is going. And I should have started it after the video, but I wasn't even planning on doing this video today, and then I got really excited about getting some seeds started. The cool thing is, until the seeds start sprouting, unless if it calls for the light, you don't actually need it. So I don't have to get the lights installed today. I'll have a little bit of time to get those going. I went out to the shed today. I had to dig it out. There was so much snow because I had the grow lights, and I reuse these containers like year after year. So these were out there too. I had to go out in the shovel it out to try to get in there. I was busy today. Okay. So now that we have the soil wet, there's a couple of spots. Oh. Convenient little soil shelf. There's a couple of spots where I need just a wee little bit more soil. And that's another reason why I like to pre-wet it, because all that sinking will happen and then they're actually filled up. Okay, that works. I want to start with the lavender because that's the one that I was most excited for. Now, this sounds like common sense, but when you're planting things, I always read the instructions on the back of the seeds because it's going to tell you exactly when you need to plant it, how many days until harvest, all of those sorts of things. So it'll give you all of the information right on the packet. And these are little tiny baby seeds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put 2 seeds ish. They're a little bit hard to control how many are going in there. Container. 2 to 5. I don't know. They're so tiny. Someone was telling me that there's a tape thing that you can get where it has the seeds on, like, for like little seeds like this, on like a roll of, it must be tape that like decomposes, but you can get that to help with placing the seeds and not having too many. Like carrots in the garden, absolutely my nemesis. I wind up planting way too many in every single spot. All right, we're putting like more like 5 per thing, but same difference. Okay, so this might feel like overkill, but just to ensure that the top is nice and wet, I get a spray bottle with water, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna spray these because I want the seeds to be moist because we need them to start germinating, right? So although I got the soil moist, I come in, I'm just gonna give some sprays of water, and that's all that this is just some water, just to ensure that those seeds start waking up. So, fun fact, I never used to like the smell of lavender. It used to, like, seriously used to give me the ick. And all of a sudden, one day, I started loving the smell of it. So, I guess senses can change. I remember my grandpa used to tell me to, like, always try new foods, because, like, every 7 years your taste buds change. So I wonder if, like, your sense of smell changes, because I went from seriously, like, anti-lavender, like the biggest I hate lavender, to just loving the smell of it. Now it's just so relaxing to me. So I'm really hoping these ones take off. I chose the brand English lavender because I'm in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, so I need something that's going to be a little bit hardier. And according to my searching on the internet, that's what it told me to go with. Okay, so these are all lavender, and let me just check. So for depth, it says barely cover. See, I wasn't joking when I said I just read the packet and do what the packet says to do. It gets a little tricky when you, some of the seeds that I order don't come with a packet with any instructions, so then that's when I got to do a little bit more research on how to plant them and all of their needs. So we're just going to barely cover these. It doesn't take much because those seeds are so tiny. Now the reason why I use this spray bottle is I don't want the seeds moving around, and I want to control how much moisture I get on there. I'm loving the shelf behind me, by the way. Like, I know that it's not always going to be there just to hold my supplies, but I'm really loving being able just to turn around and grab stuff. So we're going to put the lid on here. Here's something important that I am terrible at. Terrible. I always forget, like, by the time it comes the time to put things in the garden and get all of that situated, I never know what plant is what unless you can tell them apart. So this year I'm going to be super careful. We're going to label everything, and then we won't have any excuses for not knowing what's in each plant. I wonder if I should put the date on there. I will. Oh, we're getting real fancy now. All right, so we'll just go ahead, because the whole tray's lavender, we'll pop that on there. And I'm gonna save this until the end of the season, and then I'll throw it away. That way I still have all my instructions. I spelled lavender wrong. ER. Well, we're gonna pretend like I didn't, okay? Ah! Then I sharpied myself. Okay. Now, I was trying to be smart, so I grabbed this gallon so I could just fill this up right here. And we're going to do the exact same thing for this one. Now I'm debating if I do half catnip, half basil, or if I do more basil than catnip. I think I'm going to I'll just do a half and half because that's going to keep it easy. Okay, so see how some of these really sink down when we wet them? That's why you always want to wet them and then come back in with some more soil. Now you can pre-wet the soil too, like you could have your soil already damp when you put it into the molds, but like I said, I wasn't actually planning on doing this today. I was just trying to get something ready. So I'll do the basil first, plant in well drained soil, excellent for growing indoors. So that's why we don't have to wait on the basil, because you can actually just grow it inside. Which, I should grow basil all winter long. I need to do better. I love basil. I love my little bits. Whenever I'm making pasta sauce, I love getting a little bit of basil and putting that in there. I just feel so fancy. I mean, I'm not making pasta sauce. I'm warming it up from the jar, but I still feel fancy when I go out and harvest some basil. And let me know, what all do you guys do with your basil? Because that's really the only thing that I do with it, but I'm assuming other people probably do a lot more with basil than that. Now some of these I'm only putting one seed in. Some of them get a couple. These are a little bit of a bigger seed than the last ones were. I figure every seed normally doesn't germinate, so having a couple isn't necessarily a bad thing. Now for the basil that I didn't use, I'm just gonna go ahead I fold the top over like that, throw it around a little bit, and then I just tape it shut so no seeds fall out on me. Onto the catnip. Oh, this only takes 5 to 10 days to germinate. What was the basil? 14 to 18. Okay, so we should know on the catnip right away. Okay, this one's a little bit different. So I had this catnip from last year that I planted outside, and then I had one that I bought. This one's saying germination takes 14 to 45 days. Oh, that must be until maturity? I can't imagine it takes that long for it to germinate. That wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. I guess we're gonna find out, hey? Now these ones are a little bit older seeds. The other two I bought this year, so I hope they're still good. Now the trick's gonna be keeping the catnip alive with my cats in the house. And normally I'll just start it outdoors. I don't even bother starting it inside, but same thing. We're gonna come in, give everything really good spray. No, I don't think either of the seed packets said how much soil to put over top. I can't imagine that it's a lot, so I'm just gonna lightly cover these with soil. And that's the thing about packets of seeds. I wish they all came like exactly the same with the same information on them, but they just don't. So sometimes you just gotta improvise and make your own rules. I'd rather put not enough soil over top than too much, because then it's gonna have a harder time poking through. Now, I was kind of thinking, and hear me out, I've tried so many times to make loofahs and I never get them to maturity. The struggle though is they're so big and they take up so much room. Do you think that I should try again to do loofah seeds, or should I just let that dream die? I mean, I do have a whole bag of the seeds. Maybe we'll try to get some of those going. Again, those ones are some older seeds. I didn't buy any new ones this year, so don't really know how they're gonna turn out, but I guess it can't hurt to try, because I have, most things are gonna be like 6 to 8 weeks you're gonna plant them early. So there's not very many things that I can plant at this. I'm at about 9 weeks. Right, pop this on my shelf. That is how I plant seeds. I really hope you enjoy the video. I hope you enjoy following along. If there's anything that I'm kind of skipping over or anything else that you want to know, just let me know and I'll try to incorporate it into my videos. Also, if there's anything you want me to plant, let me know, and if I have it, I'll plant it. If I can find it, maybe I can go pick some seeds up. If you haven't done so already, be sure you hit the like and subscribe button down below.